Let's take a closer look now at the action on the ground. And on the 21st of April, Moscow declared victory in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol. But Russian forces did not have complete control of the city. Ukrainian soldiers and civilians remained holed up in the sprawling Azovstal steel plant. And 2 weeks on, Russian forces are still trying to capture the last stronghold of Ukrainian resistance inside the city. Now, these are some visuals of the Azovstal steel plant and the Russian offensive against it. These were released by Russian state TV. The commander of Ukraine's Azov regiment has said that they were fighting difficult, bloody battles for the second day in a row. Take a listen.
Glory to Ukraine. For the 70th day, the Mariupol garrison has been resisting the superior forces of the enemy. Since April 25, we have been holding all-round defense at the Azovstal plant. It's already the second day since the enemy broke into the territory of the plant. There are heavy, bloody battles.
Meanwhile, Mariupol's mayor on Wednesday said that they had lost contact with Ukrainian forces due to heavy fighting with Russian troops. At least 200 civilians and Ukrainian fighters remain in the vast network of underground bunkers inside the plant.
Unfortunately, today we lost contact with our boys. No connection to understand what's going on, whether they are safe or not. Yesterday I had contact, but today I cannot make any comments about it.
Now, Russia says that it will pause military activities at Azovstal for 3 days from Thursday onwards in order to allow more civilians to evacuate from the plant. On Wednesday, around 300 people were evacuated successfully from Mariupol as part of a joint operation between the United Nations and the Red Cross. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said that a prolonged ceasefire is desperately needed to evacuate more civilians.
We hope to continue rescuing people from Azovstal, from Mariupol. There are still civilians left there, women, children. To save them, we need to continue the ceasefire. The Ukrainian side is ready to provide it. It takes time to just lift people out of those basements, out of those underground shelters.
Now, after failing to capture the Ukrainian capital Kiev in the early days and weeks of the war, Russia turned its focus to eastern and southern Ukraine. Mariupol in particular is really important strategically for Moscow, since capturing it will allow Russia to cut off Ukraine from the Black Sea and also link Russian-controlled territories. And for more on this, our correspondent William Denslow has sent us this report from Riga in the Latvian capital.
The message from Volodymyr Zelensky this week is that the more Russia continues to bombard that plant, the further they go away from civilization, as he says. He is now calling, Volodymyr Zelensky that is calling for the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to keep continuing help to get people out of the Mariupol area. It's believed that, according to Volodymyr Zelensky, a further 344 people have been able to flee the Mariupol region. He is calling on the UN to do more to help facilitate humanitarian corridors. Of course, plenty of focus, as you rightly mentioned, is on the Azovstal plant. Earlier this week, we saw 101 civilians evacuated from that plant. That was a concerted effort between Russia, Ukraine, the Red Cross, as well as the United Nations. Russia now saying that they'll agree to a 3-day cessation of their hostilities between Russian forces and the Donetsk People's Republic to open up humanitarian corridors to let civilians leave. That corridor will be open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Moscow time for the next 3 days.